Okay, today we're going to be talking about Windows 10. Now, I know many of you may not be that much into computers, and maybe your new smartphone may be your number one device. But I have found if you're living here in Korea and traveling to and from your other home country, it requires some at least basic tech. Okay, we've all seen that icon looming in your notifications tray, advertising for a free upgrade to number 10. But before you step through that rabbit hole, these are a few things you should know. I myself use Ultimate 7, and I know many of you out there use the Ultimate K Hangul version still here in Korea. If you use a touch tablet, you're probably on 8.1 by now, if you can still stand it. After I deactivated all the tricky motion commands and brought back the lovely start button, it was back to business for that OS. And let's not forget the apps that now are all pretty simple and straightforward, plus they actually work. Okay, good enough. But I still prefer my No Place Like Home Ultimate 7 because it fulfills all my computing needs. On, or more likely in the other hand, all my apps still live in the nearby galaxy. These are all things to keep in mind when deciding if it's worth the big 10 yet. Well, as the company announces, it is free now, so click on the icon, start an Outlook email account, and wait in a virtual queue for several weeks or more. Then a real copy of the software will be available for trial. If you don't like it, then you can revert back to the original old system. If you know how, that is, so they say. Now, it will take you several hours to learn some new placements for things and how to customize your setup. If you've enjoyed 8.1, then you'll probably value the improvements in 8 and 10 for functionality and clean new look. If you like 7, like me, then with a lot of customization and a little sacrifice, you can make 10 into a nice new tricked out cosmetic skin version of your old 7, while also keeping all your old programs and contents. In this case, life hasn't changed enough to miss a few of the dropped things in 10, like familiar locations or options. However, except for a few things like a new search engine and integration with multiple systems and matching devices, there are a large number of problems overlooked by the company, almost on purpose, in my opinion. After taking the time and effort to switch to this new version, you would think all the parts of your new OS actually work, right? Well, this leads me to the one part of the venture I've left out until now. It is the applications or apps section. It is hit and miss finding apps that fully work. After downloading just the free apps, I kept running into error messages, app crashing, and get this, unable to connect to the internet and check your connection app alerts. When I knew I was connected on my Wi-Fi, hard LAN cable, and even on my high speed. And for weeks on end, the same problems continued with at least half the apps I tried. And because I was on vacation from different locations in North America and here in Asia, the problems continued. How frustrating to only be able to enjoy a mere few of the many advertised apps in this new OS. I couldn't imagine how you'd feel if you'd actually paid for the apps and then had connection problems. Disappointing that this huge company uses the loyal clients as testers to work with the bugs instead of a select few. For this, I imagine, is the price we pay for a new OS. In this competitive business world where other rivals are giving free upgrades and now have been doing so for years, how can this poor pre-launch be accepted? Well, we all accept glitches and problems initially now as commonplace for some reason. So let's hope these problems get worked out at least by the time support for the older OS like Vista, 7 and 8.1 are dropped and 10 becomes mandatory. For then it will be a pay version. Okay, back to my present 10 test system. I use a few basic free apps that work so far for news, markets, and such, without fail, actually. Something I did in 8.1, which I enjoy in 10, is quite useful. I found it easy to turn your Windows 7 programs into apps, or at least links that look like apps, to be easily grouped and organized on the desktop app page. It's a breeze then to find any program, so I can at least pretend that all the apps work. Plus, in the tablet mode feature or multi-desktop option, multitasking is smooth. I really found you can live with this happy medium for free, but I wonder if the average user has the ability or time to make it work for them. If you are serious about your computer needs, do not test this on your main and go for an optional trial on your secondary computer first. If your office has forced the upgrade on you, good luck. And for everyone out there, feel free to email your questions or comments to sampolaris@outlook.com. Remember, there will be a time when you will need to upgrade, and this is only available for free for the first year. But like a wise man said, if it's not broken, don't fix it. So enjoy your systems until then. Who knows what's coming down the line? This has been a Sam on the Street Tech Talk segment. Thanks for listening, and see you on the beach.